Hey guys, welcome back to the Piston Show. Amazing day today where we just witnessed the introduction of the Omoda C9. Now, this is a D-segment contender, which means it goes up directly against the likes of the Honda CR-V, which by itself is already a very nice SUV. But after checking out the Omoda C9, I believe that Honda Malaysia has a couple of things to worry about, because this promises to be a really nice car. I mean, even from a design perspective alone, it's just something else altogether, something that we have never really seen on our Malaysian roads. So in this video, I want to dive deep into what the C9 has to offer. I've not driven the car today, it's just a preview. In fact, the official launch of the Omoda C9 is going to happen sometime in December of this year. So today though is basically when the registration of interest, the ROI, has officially opened, either through Jaecoo or Omoda's official website. Why not Chery? I will explain that later. But this is where the websites for registration of interest have officially opened, or you can visit your closest Jaecoo dealership to actually check out the C9. I suggest that you do, because this promises to be really, really nice. Anyway guys, as usual, before we go any further, quick word from our sponsor. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This video is brought to you by Berjaya Sompo Insurance. Get Sompo Motosafe by Berjaya Sompo. The less you drive, the less you pay. It's that simple. Choose from 3 different mileage plans with affordable premiums to fit your driving needs. Perfect for those who drive occasionally. Plus, enjoy extra perks like unlimited towing, 100% special perils, and all driver coverages. Ready to drive smart and save big? Switch to Sompo Motosafe today. Head over to Berjaya Sompo Insurance and start saving now. So back to the C9. It's obviously a very good looking car. Today, during the product presentation, the guys from Jaecoo kept pointing out that it has a coupe-like silhouette. And I kind of understand now, because check out the sloping roofline, and this blacked out part over here of the C-pillar makes it look like as if it was floating. Looks really, really good, it's no doubt. And then after that, you get door handles that sit flush with the body when the doors are locked. You get a 540-degree camera, 360-degree camera, so yesterday. These days, we go 540. On top of that, you get 20-inch wheels. Brilliant, they look really good. But the car is so big, it makes those 20-inch wheels look small. And then, this is where things start to get really, really interesting. So you get a diamond matrix grille, a full-length LED light bar, even at the front. This is obviously your daytime running lights. What else is this? This is also part of your daytime running lights. Looks really good. There's no other way to point this out. It is fantastic as far as design is concerned. Undeniably looks really smart now, doesn't it? I mean, check out the positioning of the third brake lights right at the top over here, so there's nobody, not even a truck, can miss you. Now, besides the fact that it looks really good, it's a very nice balance between simplicity and elegance. You also get quad exhausts. Or do you? Because even though they look like they're quad exhausts, they look very purposeful, very menacing. The fact of the matter is there's only twin exhausts, and both are mounted at either side. So unfortunately, those quad exhausts, they are fake. What's not fake though is the plenty of storage space that you get inside, because this measures in at over 600 liters, 660 liters to be precise. And when the second row seats are folded in place, you get over 1,700 liters of storage space, which means that if you want to, you can probably run a hawker stall from the back of the Omoda C9. But in all seriousness, in the unlikely event that you break down, you have a full-size spare wheel to save you. Now this is quite important. You have no idea the number of times that I've seen cars of other brands broken down by the side of the highways, but they don't have spare wheels. Such a bummer. So powering the C9 is a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine making about 261 PS and 400 Newton meters of torque. Power, depending on the variant that you go for, can be transferred to either 2 wheels or all 4 wheels, again depending on the variant, because there's either going to be, you can choose to go for a 2-wheel drive or all-wheel drive model. So power is transferred to either one of whether 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive through an 8-speed automatic gearbox. That's a conventional gearbox, not one of those dual clutch gearbox. So in that sense, I expect it to be quite smooth. Now we jump inside. Hey guys, what are some of the things that you consider when choosing a petrol brand? For me, I make sure that the petrol can keep my engine clean and also give me better mileage. I'm sure everybody thinks about this when choosing a particular brand. With BH Petrol's Infinity RON 95 Euro 4M, you get precisely that. It has special German additives that reduces the amount of deposits that build up in your engine over the long term, keeping it clean. It also has improved friction modifiers that reduces the amount of friction that your engine has to go through, ultimately giving you better mileage and making BH Petrol's Infinity RON 95 Euro 4M the right choice. Inside here is a touch of class. There's no other way to put it, guys. It is simply fantastic inside here. Of course, I have to put this out there that you get, or rather you see a lot of inspiration from Mercedes-Benz almost everywhere. From the way the pedal shifters are designed, to the haptic buttons, to even the finishing over here. But the key thing that stands out over here is the seat controls over here. This is typically Mercedes-Benz. And since you're here, I would also like to point out that there are 2 ways to open the door. One is a traditional way. This is how you would open it traditionally. But there's a button over here as well, which you can press with your thumb, like that. Very clever. And even the window controls are obviously from Mercedes-Benz. And I really like the fact that you can activate the child lock for the back doors through this button over here. And these switches are Mercedes-Benz. And I have to point out that you get double glazed windows at the front, but not at the back. So I really can't wait to drive this car to, sort of gauge its refinement levels. That is, the suspension plays a big part of course, the refinement and the comfort levels. So the suspension is made of a multi-link and McPherson struts. Anyway, back to the interior. The other key thing that is an inspiration from Mercedes-Benz is, let me pull this up, fragrance. You see here? And there's only one other car that I know that has this type of fragrance, is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. If you know of any other car, then let me know in the comment section below. But this just squirts a little bit of perfume into the cabin of the car to, soothe your soul. But what happens if you run out of that perfume? Well, there's this thing over here, and you chabut this fella, and this is what you get. So this is how it looks like. So I'm guessing you pull these things out. I'm not going to destroy this, but anyway, each of this represents a different scent. So if you run out of it, I'm not sure if you can replace one individually. I'm thinking perhaps by the way that this is packaged, I don't think so. But anyway, that is how you replace it, and this is how you put it back. So anyway, back to case in hand, the Jaecoo Omoda, sorry, not the Jaecoo, the Omoda C9. Up ahead of you is a massive digital infotainment screen as well as a digital meter cluster. So this is again typical Mercedes style. It is made up of one giant screen that measures in at over 24 inches, 24 inches. So this is just massive. Then the other thing over here is that there's one thing that your eye can never run away from, and that is these 3 dials over here. You might be wondering what they do. This is your defroster, these are your air conditioning controls, this is also your air conditioning controls. This though is your drive mode selector. So if you turn this, you get one of 7 modes. You get eco, normal, sport, snow, mud, sand, and off-road. So you get 7 different driving modes. I usually just use 2. Let me know how many drive modes that you use in the comment section below, please. I'm really curious to know. But besides that, you get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, the works, and all of that is played back into the cabin through a 14-speaker sound system. Fantastic. Now though, let's talk about comfort levels, because check out this seat. Now, very rarely do you get a seat that looks comfortable even before you take a seat in it. This is just brilliant. I mean, check out the headrest, right? So this doesn't allow me, but the headrest for the passenger, you can fold it to sort of just hold your head in place. So in case you want to snooze while you're on a long distance trip, you can. Anyway, super comfortable, guys, and you get Bose switches from the side over here, so you can actually just control that. Anyway, just a really nice place to be in, no doubt. Feels a lot more expensive than the suggested price, which I'll tell you later. Anyway, the other thing that I need to show you is the multitudes of cubby holes. You get one cubby, very deep cubby hole over here. My entire arm can go in here, and then you get another cubby hole over here. You pick this up, and then you get another cubby hole inside here. I hope you can see this. I know it's dark. And then you get, cup holders. You close this, and then you get charge pads over here, which can also double up as cubby holes. And then, of course, you get cubby hole over here as well. And then you get multiple USB ports all over the place. And of course, more storage space, and more storage space at the side here as well. All in all, it feels like a very nice place to be. It feels very premium, it feels very plush, and the fit, finish, and quality is just spot on. If you've never driven a Mercedes-Benz, or if you've never sat in a Mercedes-Benz, this would look very nice. From my perspective, I see the Mercedes inspiration everywhere, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because the way that Omoda has packaged it, it's just really nice. And even the ambient lights is typically Mercedes-Benz. You can have them flickering, you can have them in different colors and different presentation styles. Wow. Now let's go check out the back seats. So the back over here, I like a full stretched panoramic roof that comes with a shade. And that's exactly what you get. You get a shade for this panoramic roof. Check out the amount of leg room that I have. Check out the amount of headroom that I have. This is superb, guys. It's wow. If I was Honda Malaysia, I'd be worried, because this is very nice. Anyway, even from the back over here, you get Mercedes-Benz inspiration as well. These buttons over here, these are Mercedes-Benz. These buttons over here, this is Mercedes-Benz. And check this out, you can electronically adjust the backrest of the back seats. So nice, so premium. Feels like a $500,000 ringgit car, but it's not. And then, just like the front, you get 2 different styles of opening the door. You can either press a button or you can pull on this latch. And just as I was saying, you don't get a double glazed window. I'm curious to know why. I'll go ask the product guy later. Anyway, you'll get 2 USB ports at the bottom over here, which, if you don't like the look of them, you can just tuck them away. Very clever. Anyway, you get air conditioning controls over here, and you get heated seats as well. But we in Malaysia, we don't like heated seats. And the one thing that I really do like though, guys, is a column mounted air conditioning vent over here that is mounted on the B pillar. So this is very important. I like cars that come with air conditioning vents that are mounted on the B pillar, because I don't want cool air to be blown to my knee. I want it blown to my face. So either it's roof mounted or it's B pillar mounted. That's the correct place to have air conditioning vents. A lot of cars cannot do it simply because of the packaging. So sometimes you notice that the B pillar is not very big. They're very small, but the size of this B pillar is that big. So that means that they can package an air conditioning vent into this B pillar. It's fantastic. Anyway, the overall quality and the overall feel inside here is just brilliant. China has done it again, guys. China has done it again. So earlier in this video, I promised to explain why this is promoted, or rather carried, by Jaecoo and not Chery. Because in Malaysia, we are so used to the Omoda brand being a Chery product. But in the global sense, where outside of Malaysia, the Omoda is actually a standalone brand. And Chery, for example, has its own brands such as the Omoda 5, the E5 and such. But now in Malaysia, there's going to be a segmentation, particularly through the pricing strategy, because the C9 is going to be priced at 180,000 ringgit for the two-wheel drive variant and 190,000 ringgit for the all-wheel drive variant, which makes it a lot more expensive than the Omoda 5. So now, anything more than the Omoda 5 is going to be available in Jaecoo showrooms, where else the Omoda 5 and the E5 is going to continue to be sold in Chery showrooms. So that, according to Jaecoo Malaysia, is to give you a better shopping experience that is in line with the pricing strategy carried for the C9. So in that sense, you get a better shopping experience and also a servicing experience, because keep in mind that the Jaecoo brand is supposed to be the more premium brand as compared to Chery. Even on a global level, they call it O and J, Omoda and Jaecoo. So that's why today's preview was carried out by the team from Jaecoo rather than the team from Chery, simply because this, the C9, is supposed to be a premium product. And judging from what we just saw and experienced inside and outside, it is definitely more than premium. So anyway, guys, pricing starts from 180 to 190K, 180 for the two-wheel drive, 190 for the all-wheel drive, and registration of interest starts today, and you can visit your closest Jaecoo outlet to experience the C9, or you can simply visit their website to register your interest for the Omoda C9. I suggest that you do check it out, especially if you're in the market for a D-segment contender. If you're in the market for a Honda CR-V, go check out the Omoda C9. Unfortunately, deliveries will only start after December, but it's promising to be really nice. Thank you for watching, guys. As usual, do consider subscribing.